Go ahead, guys. Questions for Coach.
Justin, as you look at the tape, obviously Jaron did a lot of good things. Give us some specifics on ways he can get better and you expect him to get better.
Yeah, he did a real nice job for his first start. I thought he threw the ball accurately. There's some things operationally at the end of half we could clean up, that he can do better there. A couple decisions in the game that he can make better. But like everybody, there's going to be a lot to learn, especially at that position, a quarterback position. There's a lot to it. But he did a nice job, and I know he was eager to get in there and watch the video and improve.
Decisions involve whether to throw it away, run, what?
Yeah, all the above. Yeah, I mean all the above. There's a lot of plays in the game. Would we have 64 or 5 or whatever it was? But there's always something in there. Yeah. So.
Justin, on an otherwise very smooth night, I was going to ask about the end-of-half sequence. After that Jaron run, what was your perspective on letting the Hounds keep going, spiking the ball at timeout? What were you seeing from your perspective initially and then on rewatch?
Well, anytime, when you have more than 20 seconds and you get an earned first down, the clock stops. Okay. Well, you get an earned first down under 2 minutes, the clock stops. So you want to use that time to run a play. We have a play that was called that should take maybe 3 to 4 seconds, and we didn't execute. That's one of the ones I'm talking about. So if you're able to save a timeout because you're using the time that they're stopping to reset the chains, that can be really valuable. The play should have got off much quicker. When it didn't, and the clock started running, there was a couple guys that could have played that better. We practiced that sequence often. We did it again on Monday. If I knew we weren't going to get the snap off, we would have taken a timeout. However, we practiced that quite a bit, and it didn't play out like we had hoped.
You mentioned the tackling could improve after the game. It looked like there were a lot of situations where there wasn't necessarily wrapping up. Is that sort of a function of these days where in camp you really can't go to the ground nearly as much, where guys just don't have the reps to get those basics down?
We just have to do a better job with it. We got to keep drilling it. We have to create tackling, more and more tackling drills so we can get guys on the ground better. I mean, everybody's got fall camp and everybody's got the same amount of padded practices, and you do have live tackling at times. It's a fine line. I mean, that's the gray area we're always operating in. You want to get enough tackling that you do it well. Obviously, we didn't do it well enough, and you also want to keep your team healthy in fall camp. So I don't know that there's a perfect answer for that. We just have to keep repping it and practicing it so we can do it better in game situations.
The announcers remarked on how Oregon State was particularly slow with their substitutions when you guys sub guys out. It looks like the rule is that you have to have guys go off the field in a regular sportsmanlike manner rather than a slow jog.
That'd be a question for the officials. I can't. Yes, you have to make a reasonable effort to get off the field. That's the officials' judgment.
During the game if it happens repeatedly?
It's the officials' judgment. Yeah, we bring it up. That's not uncommon in college football for substitutions. It's not just when you sub, it's also when the ball comes out of bounds into your own bench. So you don't even have to sub, but if the ball comes out of bounds on your own bench, they're going to iron cross it, just like if you were substituting. So they're going to utilize every opportunity to do that. A lot of people do that. It's not uncommon. It's the official's judgment on if their effort is sufficient.
Can you talk about how Tyson Ruffins did at center? Is this, I believe, maybe the first time he's played the position? What about him made him appropriate to put into that spot from guard, and how is that a lot different?
Yeah, just we think he's built for that position. He's got the skill to play that position well. The biggest thing is just being more consistent with our snaps. We're also trying to get the best 5 offensive linemen on the field. So, yeah, we feel like he can be a real good center, no doubt.
Is there some mental aspects to the position that are more complicated than playing, say, guard?
You're moving a man in, but they all work together. The calls, there's a few things that are different. Obviously, the fundamental difference is you're snapping the ball to the quarterback. I mean, you're not having to do that when you're a guard, so it's an added responsibility to get the play started. But in terms of schematic knowledge, it's not. I mean, those guys are in the same meetings, they're hearing the same calls. So we think he's he's going to improve significantly, and he's got the skills to do it.
That's kind of a balanced question. I'm sure you're aware that Jaron kind of, as the kids say, blew up across the media, not only locally but nationally. On one level, that's got to be great for the program. The more people talk about Cal football, the more people get in the stands. You know that. The flip side, though, is it's one game. He's just a freshman. So how do you, as a head coach, balance the attention good, but maybe pressure is a little too much, both for yourself and for Jaron and the team?
I mean, pressure is self-induced. I mean, Jaron wants to play well, just like all these guys and all of us. We want to do well, not because of what somebody else is saying. It's because, you know, we spend a lot of time on this, and we practice very hard and are invested in the success of the team. So I don't know that that's a big part of it. The attention, I think, is keeping everything in perspective. There's a lot of good things that Jaron did. There's a lot of good things a lot of guys did on the team, and acknowledging those things and letting, having that build your confidence in what you're capable of doing, and then also the humility to watch the video and the tape and take in the coaching and what you can do better. I mean, that's what humility is. It's not being bashful. It's having confidence in what you did well and understanding here's what I'm good at and here's some things that I can improve upon as a player and for all of us as a team. Yeah, perspective.
What do you expect from the atmosphere in the crowd Saturday, your home opener? You come off a really good first game on the road, but you're not playing a team that's necessarily going to draw a lot of people. It's not a real glamorous team, but what would you like to see?
Oh, afternoon kick. It's going to be a beautiful day here. Love to see everybody who can make it from the local area and who can drive from Northern California or even Southern California come up and support the players and have a great day here at Memorial Stadium.
You guys have done a lot of promotion this year toward that end. You expect to see some benefits and some results?
Yeah, I would think so. I know there's a lot of folks involved in the marketing efforts. There's been some, obviously some changes in that, on that front. And, Coach Rivera being here with his oversight of football and partnering with the university and athletic department to market and promote, that's a good thing. So looking forward to getting as many people out here as we possibly can to enjoy a beautiful day here in Memorial Stadium for a hard-fought game.
What do you know about Texas Southern?
Texas Southern, they're going to have really good speed. They're going to play very hard. They have some dangerous returners. They got some challenging run schemes on offense. Defensively, they're kind of a 4-3 outfit. They're going to have speed on the field, and they're a prideful group. They play very hard.
Justin, yeah, the special teams group is probably the one group we didn't know about probably the most. They're very consistent and very smooth pretty much all the way around. What did you like most about what they did this past weekend?
The return game. Yeah, return game. I thought guys fought in the return game to stay in front of people. The returner was very good. But even there, to your question earlier, we watched the good on the return game, and then the number of times we could have had more yardage. And so I was pleased with what we did, but there was more to be done. We made a nice field goal. That was good to see. The kicking and punting needs to improve. And I don't, when's the last time we played a total of 4 kickers and punters? We got 4 guys that are repping through there, so we got to find some rhythm. And maybe it's 4 the whole year, and maybe it's 2. We'll see. But I'd like to find some more consistency there. So I thought the effort was good, though, and a lot of areas to improve, but the return game was the biggest factor, I thought.
Let's go to Matt here quickly on the phone. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, I've heard a lot of coaches talk about the jump that teams make from week 1 to week 2 kind of being the biggest one over the course of a season. Is that something that you believe as well? And if so, how do you guys go about, improving some of those things? And what are some of the things you want to see improved, for week 2?
I don't know if there's data to support that. I know that's a phrase that gets thrown around a lot. We expect to improve significantly from week 1 to week 2 because we've had that week of experience. We've played together now in a game situation. So we would expect to improve, and then we're going to need to continue to improve. So we'd like to make significant improvement week to week. That's really our mission, is not just to improve from week 1 to week 2, but to continue to do that.
How are you from an injury standpoint?
Good. Yeah, good. nothing to report.
Hamper's fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's football is a physical game, and guys get bumps and bruises, but yeah, we're in good shape.
Yeah, so it's only been one game, but it's such an early point in the season. How is morale playing into that and being in good spirits? What's the importance of that?
Yeah, winning is the best thing for morale. So when you find ways to win, regardless of how you do it, that is great for morale. And it's. I think we talked after the game. You've heard me say this many times. The lessons are a lot more fun to learn after wins. You learn them after maybe difficult defeats, but they're not quite as enjoyable. So it's great for morale, and we need to build on it. And that victory should build confidence in the things that we can do well, and also us having the humility to come out here and understand what we can do better and working on it this week. And they did a really good job of that today.
Okay, anybody with a final question for Coach? Matt, do you have anything else?
I'm good, thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.